it is very important that at this stage you, if you have not been listening to the earlier recordings, you don't just start listening to from chapter number 10, because there are many things which I have already discussed, many examples which I have already given in the earlier chapters, which are kind of, they would be, you would see next 2 3 next chapters, they would be kind of repeating those things in many ways. So I think that if you are here and you have not read the, not just listened to the recordings but also read the chapters in detail, whatever the book has said so far, the next 2 3 chapters can be a little bit not so easy for you, because you have not got the concepts coming from behind, and then I would not be elaborating too much on these topics which I have maybe already discussed. So if it is the case that you still have to read chapters from the earlier uh, section of the book, I would really suggest that you complete that and then you come to chapter number 10, and so far till chapter number 9 it was fine if you had skipped any chapter, and you would, let's say you skip chapter 6 and you come to chapter 7, still it might make sense. But I think after chapter 9 it is best that you complete the earlier readings before you touch uh, touch things here. So the payoff of IDIC. So of course you won't know what is IDIC if you have not looked at the earlier chapter. So what is the payoff? Using mass customization to build learning relationships. So again, if you don't really have gone through the earlier chapters, you would not really know what they mean by learning relationships. Yeah. So mass customization, we all are familiar with that. So they are trying to link IDIC with mass customization and how to build learning relationship where you are learning about the customer with every purchase. Although it is mass customized, still you are learning something from the customer's decision to buy your product or service. So looking at learning relationship through mass market customization, that is quite interesting, because think about how the idea of mass customization works. The company looks at a group of people, let's say girls who have one child and they are single and they are in the age group of 30 to 35. So 30 to 35-year-old girls or women, and they have one child and they are single. So this is a group they would have identified, and looking at the group they would say what are the needs which would be required, and then they will mass customize some product which should take care of anyone who falls in the category of 30 to 35, single, with a child, single, and yes, yeah. So that is how they will mass customize and make some products. But if you look more carefully, because the the discussions are not just service management but quality service management, so you want to think about the quality factor a lot and how to improve the quality. So it can be the case that you are 30 to 35 and you have one child and you are single, and you have a friend who is in the same category, your age, your circumstances, but her requirement from a product or service can be different, just because human beings differ on their behavior. So you and me can be of same age group with same circumstances, but our preferences, our choices can be still be very different. Yeah. That is the concept which you want to think about when you are using mass customization to build a learning relationship. Yeah. So So the ideal situation would be that you know your customer and you customize a product for them, solely for them. But that is not how we do it. That is not how this book was written. This book was not written for you. It was written for a group of people in which you also fall. But maybe you have a lot of experience in service and maybe you are finding this book very basic. Or it can be the case that you are finding this book very overwhelming because you have this is the first book you are reading on service management and you have not read any book on this per se before. So if you think about this, all of this, then mass customization works, but it is not very applicable to give the top quality service in terms of product or service, because it is mass customized. It is not customized or personalized for that individual. It is for a group of people. So you need to think about IDIC, payoff, and mass customization concepts and learning relationships, which I think we have gone in detail in the earlier chapters with all the examples and so on. Most of the time, in fact, especially for routine purchases, people don't want more choices. They just want what they want. Please reflect on this line. Very beautiful line this is. Yeah. So on one hand, you would want choices because, as I explained, like mass customization, it is customized for a group of people, not individually you. So you would want some type of choices. But then the paradox is that human beings would like to think to have choices, but they don't necessarily want choices. What they want, they just want what they want. They whatever they want in their mind, they want exactly that. So when they have choices, they would think that, okay, I have choices, and then from this I should have something which I want. Yeah, and from there I can select what I want. So giving them the freedom of selection, so giving them different options in that segment, thinking that they will find what they really want. But that does not happen many times. Many times that does not happen. Like you want to buy a shirt, so you will go to the shop, and in your size they would give you different options, different colors, different fits, different cuts, different neck design, different button design, all of that. Yes, so they have mass customized, but mass customized many options for a lot of people who might want something from those choices. But it is a possibility that you go to the shop and you see 10, 20 different shirts, maybe more, in your size, which fits you, but you still come out because you don't want any one of those. Here I'm remembering a joke which one of my uncles made to one of her daughters. So one of my uncles have three daughters, and I was visiting him. Was in army defense, and I was visiting his place. And in the evening, I think we decided to go out and buy a couple of things or something, like maybe ice cream or something like that, some treats or something. As kids, of course, we were kids, so um, we go out. We are in the car driving around. One of his daughters, uh, from three daughters, the one in the middle, she wanted to buy something, I think, from some store, and he parks his car and he's talking with us, and she goes in and she goes in and whatever she wanted, it was a very big store, of course, and she went in and she looked for whatever she wanted, and I was of course not with her. I was in the car chatting with my uncle on different matters of interest at that time. So she comes back in the car and she says that this shop has nothing. These people have nothing. They don't have anything. So my uncle said that this is a very big shop and they have a lot of things. Maybe they don't have the thing which you want, but you cannot say that they don't have anything because they have a lot of things. So that this line reminds me, it just reminded me when as I read it. I did not plan to share this story with you. It just came in my mind when I said that they just want what they want. Uh, so with that context, you need to think about mass customization. If it is the best way to give quality service to the workers, to the consumer or not. Um, uh, how you can build the learning relationship where you are learning about the customer on every purchase and they are learning about you, what you can do to improve the payoff, of course, yes. And so the book is going to give you from that context. You would want to think about, for example, customization, customize, how different services are customized for different clients. You need to think about those type of examples in your own time, of course. Read the chapter in detail, look at the definitions they have. We have covered these type of things in most valuable customers and so on. So I really encourage you that if you have not studied the earlier chapters in detail, please don't touch chapter 10 onwards. Chapter 10, 11, 12, 13, don't touch them. You need to look at first 9 chapter, have clarity on those, and then come to here. Not that you won't understand. You are smart people, you can come direct to it and read and study this. Nothing is wrong in that also, but I'm just thinking it would be best if you keep the, like, best would be chapter 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. There is a reason they have the chapters in some particular order. Someone has thought about it, that what should be the order. It's a very nice picture how mass customization works. Very nice example. So you are looking at the, don't get confused when you see so many things in the picture. Just take your time, give yourself 1-2 minutes to just look at what is happening, and you will understand that what is, just follow the directions what they are saying. But for you guys, it's a product. It has, should we detail, should we do staff training, should we approve product, which one we should select. Okay, they are selecting staff training and putting it staff training here. From here, premier account status, special pricing, pay for service as needed, free shipping, what should we choose for this segment of the customers. It is not customization in the sense for the one specific customer. It is for a group of people. So for that, you are thinking, okay, maybe they will like free shipping. And then from bill monthly and all of this, you are maybe thinking bill monthly is good, so you put in here. And from here, deliver weekly, deliver via FedEx, next day air, ship to address, how to deliver, and maybe you are deliver via FedEx. So this is the proposition you have. So from options, you have options. Now how many options you can create from that? So a lot of options you can create for different type of customers. uh, so it can be the case that you and I are in the same category of mass customization, but I like all 3 others, but I don't like bill monthly. Yeah, I don't like bill monthly. Maybe I like pay electronically. Yeah, but I am same as you are, in the same age group, in the same lifestyle, in the same income bracket, all those things which they look at when they are making some product or service for customer. But This is kind of don't quote me on that. I'm just sharing my thought. You need to read the book and develop your own thoughts. uh, um, it kinds of highlights uh, it kind of highlights that uh, best customer service is possible when you individually know the customer and then you customize the product as the customer wants based on their preference. But let's think of some example, because uh, example is important. Uh, it is like if you go to some let's say you go to a restaurant and you make some order. So in the restaurant they have so many dishes, right? So many dishes are there, maybe around 100 on a regular restaurant. If you count all the different things they are there to offer, it can easily go to 100. If you count on any regular, it can go to 50, 60, 100 very easily on a medium sized restaurant. So do we think that they prepare the items from scratch when we order? Like we go there, we order, and the food is there in within 15 minutes. Are they preparing the things from scratch? No, they are not preparing the things. Many things they have half prepared, or it is in the process, or they have done the things which would fall under the mass category, so which everyone would be okay with. So maybe they have not added spices yet, but they have made the basic curry for the goat. So they have the curry goat, but they have not finalized the spices. So now based on your taste, you will say, okay, I don't want too much spice. Yeah. So you don't want too much spicy, you tell them that okay, I don't. So they will change that. So what are they doing? They mass customized one portion, and then they customized one portion for you. So in the same product or service, they have some areas which they did already, which you would have to take, and then you have some options that okay, you can select from something around those lines. But of course you can think about better. These terms like modularization and so on, they are coming from earlier chapters, and we have given. The more complex the product or service is, and more customization that can be embedded in the company's treatment of the customer, the more likely the customer will be to remain loyal, even in the face of pricing pressure. Yeah, so the product is complex, service is complex, they have customized a lot for you, and you are happy with the product, so very likely that you are going to remain loyal even if the prices are decreased or increased or something like that. Because for you to go to some other place now and for them to customize the product for you, it is going to be a lot of hassle uh, for you. And will they be able to customize it the way this business has learned about you over a long period of time? Maybe that is again a question. So these are some things you should be thinking about, but pay attention to the examples which they have given. uh, Very interesting examples they have given about mass customization, real examples which you need to read and digest. But essentially this is the main thesis which you want to reflect on as you go about, and always remember the technology aspect in all the chapters whatever you are doing, because future is technology driven. We are here, you might, as we were talking in one session, I'm sure that we are using this much technology. In the future the usage of technology is just going to increase. It is not possible that the usage start becoming low. It is just not possible unless something very big happens in technology and something else comes instead of technology, which is even more, which just eats technology. That might not happen in next 5 to 10 years or something like that. So the usage is going to increase. So in any improvement in product, in any improvement of service, you need to think about technological aspect. One technology that has begun to deliver on its promise of affordable customization is 3D printing. So we have established that customization, particularly for one customer, would be the ideal world, but it is going to increase the cost too much for the business. And then is the customer willing to pay uh, uh, that pay for that? And maybe not. So that is how the book was written. Book is written for everyone, people for who are undergrad, or it can be used for master's level also. It's a nice book, and they cover things with using the examples and written by top people in the field. So it can be used for master's level also, but the discussion might be a little bit more intense than how we have discussed it so far. Maybe different, looking at different themes, because the same chapter, you can look at it very differently. You can make it as difficult as you want, and you can make it as easy you want, depending on what are the things the facilitator wants to talk about. Or even when you are reading, you must have realized that the concepts you could go more in detail on some of one, and you could maybe skip some of them, and so on. So 3D printing, very interesting concept. Today's materials used in printing include not only plastics, but silver, gold, and other metals, ceramics, wax, even food, 3D printing food, and uses are growing. Yeah, so this is going to have big impact on products and service and mass customization and even customization. You reflect on it, like what, but we are also remember, we are also talking about different class now, different people who have different budgets. An ordinary person who is, yes, it's a regular person, maybe should not say ordinary, regular person, uh, with regular income, regular wages, their life is very different than as you would have seen around that. Same, there are people on the street, like, they would appreciate, like, a patty from Juicy, that type of $200, I think, something around that. They would appreciate that. And then there are people who would not appreciate $2,000 meal from a restaurant. They would say it don't taste good or whatever. Yeah, I'm not saying it tastes good and they are saying it not taste good. I'm talking about the different types of expectations of different type of people coming from different socioeconomic class. And then uh, how much money they can afford to, pay on the for the job. For everything, there's different price brackets. You want to buy a belt, you can buy it for $200 Jamaican dollars. And you can, 5-minute distance, you can buy a belt for 20,000 Jamaican dollar, 30,000, 40,000. You go in international market and you can buy a belt for 200,000 Jamaican dollar. No big deal. Yes. So same is for the services, same service. Well, same is the case with the services. So, and that is why, as we go up and up in terms of people's affordability, then they are going more towards customization, more like personalized customization. Although personalized is a wrong word to use for customization. When you will read the book, pay attention to the definitions of personalization and customization. We use it in a way that they are same, but they are not same, they are different. So For example, high-end market, you can look at cars, like for example, top cars, very expensive cars, in any domain, like for example, Lexus, and then their top car. So they would the basic car is prepared in that top category. uh, but then now you can customize it, you can add more things to that. You want to add that, or you want to add that feature, or you want your name written on the seat cover or something like that. Those things are possible in different brands. Yeah. So what are you doing? You mass customized your car, top car, but then you have some features which can be added, more added, on top of what is already there. So you are customizing it for that specific customer, based on, as a matter of fact, based on their needs, based on their liking. As a matter of fact, I was reading on automotive industry. I'm forgetting the name of the automotive, but they were saying that for their top high-end brand, the color, it should be something like Rolls Royce or that type of car manufacturing, some very high-end cars. And they were saying they give the customer selects what color they want, what variations of color, different colors are there. And once the color is selected, and that the customer is getting that color, then the customer can decide that, okay, don't make any vehicle with this exact color now. So that color has been customized for that customer. So whatever color he decided, um, like there are various colors within the spectrum. Like it's not just black, white, and green and blue and 7, 8, 9 colors which are common. Within those, there is a lot of spectrums and different. So that was very interesting. Like even the color is like you customize it, and then no one will have that color. So it gives that type of ownership. How the customer feels that, okay, only I have this color, only I have this color. Of course, you will have to pay for that type of service. It is a product, but if you think about it, it's a service given in terms of product. That the service is that what color we will give you, we will not serve any other client with that same color, although it is a product, but it's a service. As a matter of fact, if you think about it, all products in the world, they are giving some type of service also. Can you think about some products which are giving no service? It's a good question for you. Yeah. Can you think about any product which is not giving any service? So all products have some service function or feature inbuilt in them. Uh, if nothing, it would have after sales service, which is a service. Yeah. If nothing, you can't. So it's a good trick question to ask that, okay, can you think about any product which has no service? Because, okay, if that is the case, then why the course name quality service management? It should have been named quality service or product management. Something along those lines. Yeah. And they have given many examples of 3D here, and it's very interesting examples are there, but I'm not going to spend my time on those examples. Internet of Things and this type of things you should read in your own time. This is very interesting article, of course, from HBR. How smart connected products are transforming companies. Of course, this is a little relatively old, but still good to look at that, and what are the things they were saying in 2015, 5, 6 years ago, and what are the realities of the world nowadays. Interesting examples are there. Tesco, of course, I spent some time in a couple of chapters talking about Tesco. I shared my own experience with the grocery store also when I was in UK with you guys. This is something which I have seen it as, you know, uh, Tesco did not start by trying to design the largest database it could. When you are talking about uh, mass customization or learning relationship with the customer, you would appreciate that you would need a lot of information on the customer, their preferences, their choices, and so on. Only then you can serve them differently than the competition. Uh, if you don't have that data, then how you will serve them differently. And many times companies do capture data, but it is not clean. It is like all over the place. It's not giving you useful information. So those type of jobs, I think that is where people should prepare themselves. Like if someone is interested in making a career in quality service management, they need to work on mathematics, statistics, Excel. They need to be good on those things, not these things which we are studying. If you ask me, this does not prepare you to make a, it gives you an idea, yes, and it is useful, and it will give you some type of jobs, but the real type of job, for example, in this chapter, would be someone who can work with databases. We can work with large data sets, information on customers, how to clean it, how to find the relevant information, because your decision on how to serve the customer is going to be dependent on that data set. So who is going to be paid most for the job? This type of person who can organize data sets, ask the right questions, find the data, put it in a form which is easily understandable, make charts, make analysis, those type of things which you do in Excel, present it, forecast, make forecast on that. If there are any errors in the data, remove that. That is what is the where you need that to uh, serve the customer. And once you have that, then you need people who would have done this type of course which we are doing, so they understand that how important it is to serve the customer and in the right way, and what are the things you need to think about. But everything is dependent on mathematical models, linear regressions, and those higher level modeling and those type of things. um, and if you have those skills, then you can go in different jobs. Then you are not just, because data is going to be run for anything you can think about. So if you are good with numbers, statistics, modeling, then you are useful, as much useful as in a bank, as in a hotel, as in a casino, as in a university. You can, wherever you want, you can go around and work. There's no problem for you, because everyone is needs data people. And everyone needs data people. So, but unfortunately, people don't tell us at the right time. uh, and by the time we know these type of things, it is kind of, well, it is never too late, but you know what I mean. Tesco did not start by trying to design the largest database it could, but instead focused on designing the smallest store of data that would give it useful information. Not large, small, but useful. And then built on that, using this data in 2005, roughly 10 million customers each quarter, not one time, each quarter, were mailed some 4 million variations of coupon offers based on each individual customer's history and profile. And this is not a script from a movie. I know, I've seen this in work, how they what they did. And I've seen it in the more modern time, like around 2013 and 14, around that time. um, in the early 2010s. I was there. So at that, this is 2005, so at that time they had even made things better. So think how hard it is. It's very easy to say this, but 10 million customers. Jamaica's population is like, how much is the population? 3 million? Yeah, around 3 million. Yes. So this is 10 million customers, easily 3 times more than Jamaica's population. They are sending each quarter 4 million variations of coupon offers, not 2, 3, 4 variations. So think mass customization, how tight the mass customization is. Yeah. Based on each individual's customer's history and profile, what do they buy? What are the things they buy every time this guy comes? He goes for this juice bottle. So let me say he really likes this juice. Let me sell 2 juices to him at a lesser price. The second one is less, and the third one is even lesser. Increase the sales with this guy. Ask him why he likes this juice. Why every time he comes and he picks this juice? What is the so although he's just buying a juice, but they go deep in that. And I experienced it. They really do. And then they would customize the offer and then they send it to you. And you feel like you are like treated in a special way. Yeah. Not all the time, of course. Sometimes the store is busy and you have to see, and you are a small customer, you are not buying it, you are not a royalty or something, but they really treat you. And when you compare it with other places, then you it becomes your they kind of spoil you, and now your standard goes high. So now you would want to go back to that place because others cannot match that. Yeah, you treat the person so good that even if they leave you, they just think about you in a good way. Yeah, they might not come back, but it would be hard for them to match uh, the same type of offer coming from anyone else. Yeah. So that by understanding, you spend time in understanding what do they really want, what do they really like, what do they really desire, and what are the things which generally they are not going to get from others. Start giving them those things which is not generally available, not easily available. Everything is available, but I'm saying generally not available. What do they really like and generally not available? Start giving them, and they are kind of addicted to you, and they might leave you still, but then they will think about that. Okay, I'm not getting the same, and they might come back then. Yeah. So same thing is with these type of companies. They are giving you this type of treatment because how easy is it? It's very hard to create 4 million variations of coupon offers. Come on. It's just like yeah, when I buy newspaper or something, in that there are offers or something from, so like courts will have some. So when I'm sure when you get the newspaper, is the same coupon or same offer which I'm getting, you are getting the same thing. Yeah. And now you can argue that so what is courts is not talking against courts. It is good company. It's doing well, maybe because different type of competition is in Jamaica, but it's fine. I don't do business with them, or I don't even remember if I have been there except once. I think I wanted to buy some laptop like many years ago, and I went there and I bought some laptop. Outside of that, I've never been to courts anyways. But I'm saying I see their offers like these type of like, or other furniture places or something, there's in the newspaper. So is I'm just asking that is that the same offer which you get, which everyone gets. So yes, it's the same offer. So, but now you can think about some other company like, Scotiabank. So they would target you a little bit, and you will say, okay, if you have X amount of money, then they would send you like, do you need loan? We can give you at this amount or something. But I am again thinking that, and I have experienced this myself, that they're just looking for X amount of, you have like 500,000 in your account or 700,000 Jamaican dollars in your account, and based on that they will send you a figure. And I would also get that, and you will also get that if we are in the same. And they would ask me if I need loan, but I never took any type of loan in my life. Never ever. Never. No loan. Yeah. So why are they sending me in any country? It is not that I took loan in other countries and I am here, and no, I never had to. Yeah. Not even a dollar. Yeah. So why are you sending me an offer on loan? Have not you don't you clearly see that this person don't take loan? It's very obvious. And just a 2-minute conversation with me on loans, it will make it very clear that I'm not going to take any type of loan. I never had to also. Yeah, if I were a businessman, then maybe I would have taken, but I'm not a businessman. I have a job or whatever, and from there I make my budget and I have whatever I have. So, but they continuously keep on sending me, and Scotia Bank is one of the leading banks in Jamaica, and I am their client for how many years now? Many years. It has been a while with the same branch. So why would they do that? Yeah. And if you recall, there are examples, if you have been reading the book, and I think we also discussed one of the examples which quite resembles this, where the customer got offended that what is this? Why they don't know me. That means they don't know me. That shows that they don't know me. Yeah. So although I'm okay with that, I'm not complaining that they should not. If they feel like sending me the loan offer, okay, no problem, keep on sending me. But you are wasting your energy. You are wasting. If you are posting me, you are wasting. That post is being wasted. It is like you should have spent that money on something else for your bank. I am not even going to read it. Yeah. And then there are many things in your life which you can think about. But then it is easier for banks like Scotia to send those type of mails. Or it is like, you just hit, and if you it is like multiple choice question, and you have like 2 minutes, and you have 10 MCQs. So you say just hit, okay, all A's, all B's, all C's, all D's, and just hit. And if you hit, you hit. If you miss, you miss. Yeah, that type of. It's quite risky. You can, yeah. So with customers, you need to think. So from that, I'm making you think about company like Tesco, who is making 4 million variations. Of how much work you think is is gone behind. But then think about the experience, like, it has been like around 6 7 8 years, and I still remember them, and I will remember them. I it is not that I always had great experience at Tesco. No, sometimes it was not good depending on where I was. uh, but overall, if I look at the company and my transactions with them, and it's a single person, how much things I'm going to buy. Especially I was not even cooking when I was there, so it's not that I'm buying like was just buying like fruits and juices, and these are like regular things. And even with those, they were like quite interesting. quite interesting. So it's a data driven, data, looking at data, and it is not that companies here don't have data. They have the data information, but to really spend time in making that data useful for you, it's going to take time and effort and those type of things. And customer is also not really demanding, and customer does not also have choice also too much. Like, there are how many options like are there, and convenience factor is also there. You might not like, as I made one example for high-low, my experience, which was maybe not the best. But then again, maybe you will see me again at high-low. Maybe you will meet me at high-low. Yes, not saying I'm not going there. I will have to. It's on my way. It's more convenient. I'm just gonna stop by and see what what I can get from there or wherever. So convenience is also, so these things, companies know these things. Okay, he's gonna come back. You don't have too much competition. Where he gonna go? Not gonna go much anywhere. Yeah. So that is the, it is like having a maybe a girlfriend who is high in demand in the market, so she has many other options, so you have to treat her or him if it is a boyfriend, a little bit different. And if you like, you then you take granted for granted, okay, where she's gonna go. Yeah, this, when once this start happening, then there are problems. Two people can be together but not happy. Same thing, high low can keep me, of course, please keep me. Okay, but what are the sentiments which are coming, the feeling, that is very something which is worth thinking about, especially when you are thinking about quality service management. So always please remember that you might have someone, some customer or someone or whatever, but and don't confuse that with having them. Maybe they don't have option. As they as they start getting options, then maybe it's not going to work. At that time, the program generated 100 million pounds of incremental sales annually for the retailer. Incremental sales, and that is what I meant when I said you have one. This guy is buying one juice, and that is what I was buying, and then the offer start coming that if you buy the next one, this is the price, and so on. And I did buy, although I did not really need, if you ask me. I was okay with it. But customers like discounts and they like that type of treatment. And if uh, it's quite interesting. And so 100 million of incremental sales annually, 100 million, yeah, by doing this. A lot of work put, but and then you can also say the, what is the price of saying good things about a company. Like, if I'm saying good things about Tesco to you guys, what is the price you're going to put on that? Me telling you that Tesco is good, and me telling you my experience of Tesco. Yeah, what is the price on that? Yeah, this is very interesting. Okay, I think that is good enough. Most enterprises believe it is important to know the purchase cycles of their customers. When do they make the purchase? If you know the moment when your customer is ready to buy, you will be in a better position to sell your customer something at that moment. But then it is hard when someone is going to buy something, and with different products, it can be different. Uh, for example, house, for example, car, for example, big investments. You can't, it's difficult to know, but companies do try to figure out. Like, how do they figure out? By changes in behavior. Changes in life. Someone was single, they are getting married. They are going to need some things which they did not maybe needed before. Someone is married, they are going to have children. Of course, they are going to, or a child. Well, children, if it is twins, are more than that, but a child, generally speaking. So it's a changes in life. So companies look for these companies who are really, into this type of activity. They want to know what is happening in your life. They send you surveys, or they keep an eye on these activities and then forecast. Okay, this has happened. Generally speaking, what happens after that in the same type of group of people, and then they would also have your own specific knowledge. But as I'm talking about these things, my mind is telling me that why I am even discussing these things, because the way we are in our market here, it is the basic things we have not done yet. The basic things. And Hilo is a good company. It is one of the bigger companies. Like if you come bigger businesses, Scotia Bank is a bigger businesses. We are not giving examples of some companies which are like, not, which are at a lower level. Even good companies, they are not doing the general things which which they should do, or they should think about. Uh, and it is not that they are not doing anything. If you will go on the website of Hilo and you will see what is happening there, like I was looking at it. I made a point to see, what are the things they are posting. Like, there must be some good things they must be doing. It's a big grocery place, supermarket. It's not a small thing to reach at that level. They must have done good things to reach at that level, like the program they had, the various things they do. uh, it's quite interesting as I was looking. And in terms of talent also, they have quite interesting talent, because on their website I saw a picture of one of my class participants uh, from full-time school, and she was extremely bright, uh, especially in terms of scores. I remember her GPA was more than 4 out of 4.3. 4.3 is the GPA, and she graduated above 4. Very few people do that. Yeah, so I remember that. And in my course also, I remember it was difficult to deduct her marks in the essays. Written something exceptional there. Really gone. Really could see that uh, she had studied. So in terms of studies, education, scores, was exceptionally well. And I saw her picture on some of the documents. Grace Kennedy. She's a young girl, like maybe she's 22, 23 now. It's a full-time regular, regular students who just keep on studying and then don't don't have work experience yet. But she was definitely hired by uh, the parent company, I think, Grace Kennedy or something like that. Whoever is the parent company on their websites, I saw some time ago. They are getting the best talent also, and so on. But somewhere along the lines, it is not translated to the customer. And I'm thinking maybe the customer rep, that person who is dealing with the customer when a customer comes in, I think there something happens there. That customer rep is not paid well, education level is high and not high, and just not happy with the job, so they will do what they want to do. So it's quite Now they cannot even hire more qualified and more educated people for customer rep. That is going to increase their cost of doing business. So, and anyone who is really good as customer rep, that person is not going to stay customer rep for a long time, because the company is going to give them promotion. If you are customer rep and you are good, you're not gonna stay customer rep. You're gonna go up, maybe manage the customer reps, manage these 10 customer reps. It's quite interesting. Anyways, please read the chapter in your own time, look at the examples, look at the pictures, try to make sense. Some very top experts have made comments, like Bruce, business writer and consultant. Very interesting point of view he has mentioned here in the highlighted section. Okay, I can read one example. There are many examples, I'm just reading one. uh, don't think that this is the only interesting example, but I like this one a little more than the other, so I said let me share that in the guided reading. Stew is a Connecticut-based dairy store. It's a dairy store that is world renowned for staying close to its customers and generating immense sales. In a largely non-automated setting, the store has captured its principles in a set of rules that produce extraordinary service and a highly effective merchandising system. One of these rules, please pay attention to this rule, is that if an item is not properly marked for price, the customer gets it for free. I experienced this firsthand while buying an 8 pound, not 1 pound, 8 pound piece of filet mignon for a holiday celebration. When a price did not come up on the register, which sometimes I'm sure you have experienced in the grocery store and supermarket, sometimes you pick up a product, you go there for cash and it does not come up. Sometimes it happens. I've seen it multiple times. The cashier gave it to me for free. It did not show up in the register. The cashier gave it for free. Did not run up and down. What is the price? Call the manager. Put in the numbers. Line is waiting. People are waiting behind me. I've seen this. I remember there was a new flavor of one of my favorite chips, and I saw it on the line, and I quickly grabbed two of them. And I said, okay, I like the other one, the other taste. This one should be, it was honey something, honey barbecue or something. I'm not promoting this type of junk food. Please refrain from having all different type of junk foods. They are extremely bad for our bodies and mind. But anyways, I got it and I come to the cashier, and it is there, and uh, cashier could not cash it because it was not showing in the on the system, and it was like 120, 130. It was small size chips. It was not a big, maybe 150, something like that. Not something expensive. So, and people are waiting behind me, and I'm not in the mood to wait for too much for that. I have place to go, and I think I had some time, like I have time with you 1:30 to whatever, so I had to, maybe it was same you guys weekend school or something, so it was like was coming there on. So so um, people behind me also, and they took some time to really find, and at some point in time I said never mind, I don't really want the chips. Forget about it, just cash the other items. But she could not cash it because of some whatever problem she was trying to explain. So it took a while, and then I was able to come out, and the people behind me were waiting, and it was like maybe 200 bill, 250. And I was a frequent customer of that place. uh, I still go there quite. uh, I still go there. It is I should not say the name. I should not. They are nice people. So I should not say the name, but it is Ligny area. Ligny area. So uh, they did not give it for free. I'm not expecting for free, but I'm just giving you perspective that look at this, and this is not, this is true example. 9 um 8 pound of piece. And when cashier is give, cashier, not manager, cashier, whoever was on the register, that cashier is saying, all right, take it free. And I began to protest. The writer Bruce is saying, I was saying no, the meat was worth at least $50. I can't take it for free. So the customer was saying, well, come on, do it, put it in register or whatever. But she explained that because the company did so much volume, it was cheaper to give the meat away than to hold up the checkout line. So this is the importance of customer they had in their mindset. This checking line needs to go. I don't want customer waiting to see that because the price was not registered by the company, and now the company is, how much time it would have taken? 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes. It's a lot of money. So they had the policy. If the product customer comes to the register cashier, and the cashier cannot cash it because it is not in the system, then give it for free. Don't hold the customer, no matter what the price is. Because think about it, why they have put it on the shelf, a product which they did not register in the cashier. What is that? You put the product on the shelf, but you don't put it in the register. So you need to first pick the product, take it to the register, put it in the register, and then put it on the shelf. How you can put it on the shelf and then, but these things happen. I'm not saying these things don't happen, but that this company saying that when this happens, we give the product, we don't charge the customer, let the customer have the product. Yeah. But I really doubt that there will be any business in our beautiful country which is going to have this practice. I really doubt it. But imagine that if that day they would have given me that chips without charging, because she put only one, yeah, although I got two, but it was only one she was playing with. So that one would have cost her maybe 100 Jamaican dollars. If she would have given that just to me, just like that, I'm their regular customer for a long period of time, and they know me by face, because the way we exchange hello, hi, it shows me that they remember me from my face. But they did not, and that is fine. Nothing is wrong in that. But I am saying that it is what this type of behavior can do, what type of connection you can make with the customer if you do that. Not every time, every once in a while. Maybe with some select customers, you just let them have that type of, what type of connection I'm thinking it is going to create. Of course, this type of strategy which this company had, you need to be very careful about this, because you are not charging the customer, but are you going to penalize the people who put it on the shelf and did not put it in the register? You're going to deduct from their salaries. If you are going to do that, then don't do this, because then you you are hitting your workers who are there 24/7. They are going to sabotage you. They are going to break even with you. They are going to. Don't mess with your workers. They won't say anything, but they are going to put something in their pockets and steal your thing. They are going. This is how human beings do. They have their own counterbalance with the company going. Okay, they deduct my salary. Okay, all right. How much they deduct? 500. Okay, no problem. Let me take something which is worth 500. People do this, generally speaking. Should not, but this is how people do things. Or maybe more. I'm going to take more than, he's going to compensate for his mental peace also. He said, well, 500 for the product, 500 for disturbing my mental peace, so $1,000 take from the property or whatever. So if you are letting go for everyone and it's just you are taking that loss, and it's not a loss. It's not a loss. The example is published in the book written by top people in the field. The example is published, yeah, and it is going to be there in the next editions and editions to come. People will read it. People are going to this company, Connecticut-based dairy store. It is in the book. Yeah, what is the price for this type of advertisement and this type of coverage? What is the price tag for that? You can't put a price on this. You can, but it is very difficult to price, because they say you can price everything. Everything has a price, but not just the financial value. Other type of prices are involved, but it is difficult. It is difficult to put a price on this type of experience. And beside, the company has the customer is always right carved in stone at the front of the store. They say customer is always right. I found it very interesting example. Yeah. So especially when people are doing business in different cultures, uh, in that circumstance, also, different countries have different customs and cultures also. You have to be mindful about that also in terms of dealing with customers. Customer, which country the customer is coming from, what is the, especially in the context of Jamaica, which is out of many one people, the businesses has to rethink where these people are coming from, because Indians are used of different type of customer service, Chinese are different type of customers, Lebanese, they are different type of customers, and we have a good amount of people from other backgrounds in here. So um, to create customer loyalty in different cultures, the principles are going to be different, because in some countries, uh, when you go to the shop, for example, and let's say you get a soda, you get your Pepsi, and you can open the Pepsi and start drinking it. You have not bought it, you have not reached the counter, you have not done anything, but you you have your hand on your Pepsi, you start drinking it, no problem in that. You get your chips, you open it, you start eating it, no problem in that. You would see, if you would travel and you will see in other countries, no problem at all. There's no problem at all. And no one, like, but here we have like signs, don't eat inside the supermarket or whatever. Very few people, if any, would start drinking in the, it's not a norm, that is what I'm saying. This can be someone is extremely thirsty and they really want to drink something, well, they will, but then someone might ask them, why are you drinking, or you can't drink, or something like that. Maybe you will, generally speaking, it is not the norm, but In other countries, this is the norm. It is the norm. In other countries, like when your bill is $500 and $505.34, and you give them a currency note of 1,000, they are going to just give you 500. They are not going to break your currency at all. They know you or they don't know you, especially if they know you. If they know you, or by knowing I mean you are their repeat customers and they recognize your face, 505 505.20, they're going to just make it round 500, no problem. No. But that you're not gonna see in here. If even if it is $501 and you have $1,000, it's gonna give you, the company, the cashier is gonna give you lot of coins. Gonna do that, and nothing is wrong in that. It is cultural experience. So, but imagine how a person who is not used to, that behavior, it is going to be, it's not going to come nice to that person. So if I'm used to that, if I have a little bit, cents or something, dollars, $3 $4 $5 and some cents, and wherever I go in whatever country I'm raised, and we don't have that practice, and they just give us, they just round off the figure and don't try to break our currency too much, and that is like a norm. So if I come to a country where they are going to take exact the price, although they are ethically, it is right to take full price, but the cultural norm is, you don't know, your cultural norm is different, then no matter how good their customer service is, you don't really care. What you're not going to think about customer service. Why you would want to think about it? Because earlier when you had 505.34 bill, you would get 500 when you would give 1,000, but in this context you're going to get 494.66 or maybe 65. So it's no more 500 for you. So they can give you as good customer service, greet you, hello, how are you doing, please come again. You might go there again also, and it might not be a big problem for you also, because anywhere you will go, you will be treated in the same way. But then you will start looking at the overall service of the country with that lens, and vice versa. If you are used to this type of treatment, where from 1,000 you are going to get this change, and you go to a country where they don't break it to here, and they just give you, they just give you 500, you will like it, although it is like $5. It's not a lot of money, but are you going to say you're not going to like it? You will like it. Yeah. So you have to think about cultural practices also in all of this, all of the discussions we have. We did not really discuss culture too much, or maybe this is the first time. I think it's the first time I'm talking about culture in this context. So revisit in your mind, revisit different examples and think about the cultural significance in all of this also. So tailoring then your services, what is the role of culture? It can, considering the cultural practice, cultural norms, uh, that is the culture. You can't do less than that. That is the culture. That is the uh, and some things are like uh, 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 I think I'm being um, too petty about these things also. Some people can think also, but let me because I'm talking about very small things, so let me be more petty. I don't mind that. One time I was there in Burger King, and of course they don't know me or anything like that, no personal relationship or anything, and um, um, I was drive through, um, same order which I place, fish sandwich, and as I first window you uh, pay the money, second window you collect the thing. When I was collecting, I said, can I get some napkins, some extra napkins? So in the package they had one napkin, one napkin, and it was quite a few things. They were um, although you can argue that okay, they is a standard practice, they are just going to give one napkin, and if they can't give so many napkins to everyone and so on. I understand that. I'm not saying that they should give 10 napkins to everyone. Whoever asks, give them 5 6 napkins. That is not feasible, of course. So I saw that only one napkin is there, and that napkin is also quite thin, if you ask me. Yeah, I'm being a little bit nosy here. So I asked for extra napkins from the rep, and I could see her from the glass. She went through the napkins and carefully picked one napkin. Very carefully, she ensured that she only picked one napkin, and she gave it to me. All right, here you go. Yeah. One napkin. Yeah. And I don't know why, it just stuck in my head. Like I said, can I get some extra napkins, and at least give me two, because now I asked for it. And not everyone is going to maybe ask, but no worries, they were very specific. But now you can look at it in the and I told her before saying this, I said I don't have any napkins in my car. So can I get two more napkins? This is what I said. And I did not have napkins in my car at that time. Now you can twist it the way you want. Now you can twist it that, then everyone would come and they would ask for napkins. If we start giving two napkins to every customer, and we have 100 customers in the lunch hour, we have given away 200 napkins. So then I would say you are Burger King. What type of kingship it is? Like you are like looking at it. So it's different. It's not, I'm not saying that what I'm saying is correct. It is open for debate. Everyone will think very differently about it. If it is a product which is maybe more costly, then maybe yes. But when the customer is asking you, because this is very small thing, but and you might disagree with me, you would say, well, we don't think like that, and that is fine. But the point I want to make is that some customers think like that, and I do think like that. That if I ask for napkins, you are giving me one napkin. Come on, this is how I think. Although I have read this book and other books on service management and quality management, and I understand the rationale, but when it happens with me, to me, I did not really like it. I don't know why. Although I understand that they should give one napkin, but I did not like it. I don't know why. It's human psychology, maybe. Something is wrong with the way of thinking or whatever. So it's quite so many things are involved in satisfying the consumer. You know, everything would have changed if she would if she would given me like 2 napkins or 3 napkins. There is no if she would have given me 2 napkins, I would not have said why she give me two. I know that. Yeah. It's just, and the way she picked was also, it is the way, like her hand went in the thing, and I saw her that she made all the effort that she would pick one napkin. And it is not her fault. It is instruction from the company that if someone asks, you give them, but just give them one. And okay, it is also the way you give it. You don't make it obvious that you are going to give one. Give one, but without making it obvious. Maybe have singles separately. So a customer asks, you just pick one and you just give it away. Yeah. She did not maybe realize what really she did in that moment, what she did. But then, to be fair with Burger King, many times it has happened that I would order something, and when I would come to the the cashier at the pay, I would tell them that I would change the order a little bit. For example, sometimes I forget to tell them that I don't want the sauce in it, and I have many times told them that no sauce. I tell them that I forgot to do that, and very happily, without making any face, every time they would do that. I don't want ice in the soda, and that is my standard order. But sometimes I forget that when I am giving the order. So when I'm paying, I would remind myself and tell her that no ice, and they would, without making any face, they would do that. So um, they, of course, they are doing many things in the right way. Other things like, and I'm talking about Burger King, ligni. All the examples are ligni side examples. So uh, and other good things, like for example, I have used their washrooms without, when I was not really their customer, and the guard could easily see that because I would just go. But in some other places, they lock their washrooms, and they want to really ensure first that you are the customer or not. There is, so nothing is wrong if you want to lock your room for some reason. Okay, fair enough. Uh, Although it should not be the case, but Burger King is one place where they don't. Last time I went, it has been some months now, but every time I would pass, and I know that they would not make any fuss or something. And in the Ligny area side, there are other establishments which make some fuss, uh, uh, or at least they lock. So there are good things there also, but this was just some things which I thought I should add from my side, although I did not. Culture rules. No enterprise can write a business rule that requires employees to delight customers. No enterprise can write a business rule that requires employees to delight customers. So Burger King could not write the rules that, okay, you need to see which type of customer is there, and these Indian customers are a little bit fussy, so give them give them 2 napkins next time. Yeah, don't. No, otherwise they will just record themselves and put it on YouTube for everyone to watch what they have been saying about Burger King and so on. So, but you can't do that. It's business rules to delight customer. It's not possible. The employees themselves have to want to do that. It's beautiful. Want. One of our friends mentioned early on in the discussion, if you remember, she said very casually that maybe the customer rep does not want to be there. So that want thing is extremely good, extremely important. An enterprise secret sauce is its culture, the unwritten rules and unspoken traditions that define how employees actually approach their jobs. Approach this your hand approaching the the napkins. This is what guides employees when there is no policy, no applicable business rules, and many times there will be no policy for many things. Uh, many There is no policy many for many things. Culture is what employees do when no one's looking. Yeah. So again, in the book, they have very interesting examples. Uh, okay, I made the note for this one also. Let's look at this. Not long ago, a friend of ours went online to book family trip on two different airlines for successive weekends. The first trip was on a well-established carrier with a great service reputation, but it is heavily unionized and often hemmed in by its own bureaucracy. It was a complicated itinerary involving coordinating with some other people. So our friend first booked her family's outbound trip, then did some more calling to make sure the return flight was coordinated with others before booking it too. But guess what? When she booked the return flight, she realized that a round trip would cost less than either of the one-way trips just purchased. I have also experienced similar thing. Yeah. So she called the reservation office directly now, having been defeated by the online experience, and you guessed it, they said, no, sorry, cannot do. Basically, she was told she had bought the tickets online and a deal was a deal. That's that. Then the agent even said something to the effect that, yes, I know it is unfair, but I am powerless to make the changes. The system just won't let me, because she bought the ticket online and then she realized that the price difference. She tried to change it online. She could not. She called the rep, and rep said, no, sorry, no can do. I cannot do. Yeah. Fast forward to the following weekend. So she's comparing two experiences. Next experience is this. Our friend was on the way to a different weekend destination with her family, this time on a new entrant career, one of the price competitors. You book your seat and it is a great low price, but absolutely non-refundable. The family, so she she got a good price, but it is absolutely non-refundable. The family ran into a traffic and arrived at the airport way too late for the flight. Our friend found herself thinking that this was going to be a very expensive weekend because it is non-refundable and all those things for not going anywhere at all. But when the family got to the counter, the agent said something like, sorry, you missed your flight, but why don't you just take a room and the airport hotel at the airport hotel tonight, and I will put you all on the 7 a.m. flight tomorrow morning. And not just that, he continues, tell you what, I am also going to waive the $50 rebooking fee, and I will call your destination hotel, see if you can resell your rooms for tonight, maybe save you some money. And he is giving all these services when the ticket is absolutely non-refundable. Just by reading it, it gives me such pleasant, I'm feeling very pleasant just by reading it. I'm feeling happy, feeling good about it. Although this is not my story, but just reading it, it makes sense. Yeah. Why you would not want to do that with your customer? And think about it, they did not have to do this because it's absolutely non-refundable. It's your fault. You've stuck in traffic. What this has to do with the airline? Nothing. It's traffic. It's you. Why you did not leave your home early? You don't know the traffic? Yes. but they did not do that, and that is why they are in the book. They are published example. This is quite interesting. Yeah. I gave you also some of my experience from Germany when the hotel guy helped me a lot in finding a place. I've said that in earlier recordings, and many interesting examples. The chapter is full of very interesting examples. So think about these things, try to reflect on them, and try to make sense, and maybe learn a thing or two which maybe you will be able to maybe practice. Although these are hard things, very, I understand, very easy to say all these things. If I were a businessman and I was the owner of Burger King, and I would have given similar instructions to my staff. One meal, one napkin goes. If someone asks, give them one extra napkin. This is the instruction I would have given to them. Exactly same instruction. But how you go about this is quite, and everything I cannot document. What if the your customer says he says I don't have any napkin in my car. Can I get few more napkins? So there are two things in this. One is the customer is saying I don't have any napkin in car. That is number one. Number two, he is asking for napkins. So are you still going to give one napkin? There is no answer for this. It cannot be documented. If you start documenting these things, then you will have to write a lot of documentation, that if this happened, do this, if this happened, do that. It's not possible. But on the fundamentals, I would have given the same direction. One napkin in the meal. Someone asks, give them one napkin. That's it. Why would I say give everyone two napkin? I would never say that. So these are the challenges. These are the challenges, because there are cameras. If and the staff does not know, by the end they are if you know the business, you would, if you go deep down, the napkins are counted. Napkins are accounted for. I know that thing also. I totally understand. They check. Otherwise, the staff would take napkins with them. So they check everything. They say, okay, how many people came? How many napkins used? How many used extra? What is the difference? And this is how they want to keep their spending very low, because it is fast food. It is not something like the bill is like for me 700-800 Jamaican dollars for a meal, regular meal, with the fries and with the drink and everything together. Yeah, maybe 600, 700, something like that. It's not something they are making a lot of money from. Well, they are, because they have the franchise and they have a lot of customers coming there. So because the scale is bigger and they have multiple franchises, so then they are making money. Otherwise, it's tight competition, and they have to compete with other other people like KFC and so on. So I understand that cutting cost is extremely important. You have to cut cost in anything in life. Saving is the thing. I believe in saving and all of that. Uh, but this is what it is. Now you can deduce your own lessons from all this. Uh, it's quite difficult to please customers, and if some companies are if you are pleased by the services of any company, you should study how they are doing, what they are doing, understand their mechanisms. Thanks.